Hello. Thought I better come on and see if y'all were doing okay. Just got back from, y'all know where, the grocery store. That's all I ever do. Seems like if don't go to the grocery store, I go to the grocery store. But when I cook, I think, well, uh, I have everything I need. I don't ever have anything that I need because I change things up. And with that small of a kitchen, it's got so many canned goods and things in it that I could make something out of the ingredients that I have, but I always want something different. That's kind of like with us in life. We always seem to want something different than what we're dealt with or what we have. And uh, sometimes it's very problematic. But Mom and I are just sitting here. She's over in her reclining chair. Got the director right in here tonight, so I have to be kind of very careful or I'll get a spanking. I hope y'all are doing well this evening. Nature lover. Hi, Billie Jean and Mama. Well, hello. How are you? Uh, Let me get my chat up so I can see and hear what you're seeing. Okay. Cat's laying right here in the one of the chairs. He's got his head kind of down, but he was fluffing his tail for a little bit. Show him your tail, Bubba. Show waggy tail. Waggy tail. Waggy tail. Oh, he's mad at me. He waggy tail. he gets mad at me sometimes because he was asleep and he stays up half the night running through the house. Look at him. I'm not going to try to reposition that camera, but he's laying there on a chair. And yeah, he runs through the house after Mother and I go to bed, and I'll hear he's got big feet. I guess those Maine Coon cats, it's bred in them with the pointy ears and the big feet, kind of like. But I can hear him take off. It sounds like a jet engine. He'll right by the bed, and I'll think, there he goes. He's taking off. I got the mail when I came in, a portion of it, and my stepbrother had sent me. Let me open this up. My stepbrother had sent me. Let me get the. I don't know where my letter opener is, so we're going to use these scissors, and that's what we're going to do. I'm not good at. You used to have to open all kind of mail, but my stepbrother sent me a web address for getting the Jiffy cookbook. So I guess that's probably what this is, Jiffy cookbook. So let's see the letter. It says, Dear Billie Jean, thank you for requesting our recipe book. The latest version has many new and improved recipes along with some old-time favorites. We have added amazing products, a handy index, and helpful kitchen tips and tricks. We're sure you will be pleased and hope you'll enjoy these recipes for years to come. This book contains recipes using our most popular products, additional recipes using all of our products that you can find available on the Jiffy Mix website. If you need help finding your favorite, click on the product. If not, you can call us. Lord, they still got a landline number. That's rare. I'm not sure. I've been using Jiffy Mix for years and I love it. And this, it says, sincerely, Chelsea at the Chelsea Milling Company. Don Reams and Calesta Pinat, Consumer Relations Department. And it gives you so where you need to go is www.jiffymix.com. And I'm pretty sure that's where you would get your recipe book. Jiffy Mix. Let's see how, let me get my light so I can see kind of how, what they've got in. Let's just look at it if y'all want to. Got some tips in here. We like tips. You know, we all like tips. Let me see here. Gives you the history. It was started at the start of the Great Depression. Mabel White Holmes considered how she and her family's local milling business might help those whose livelihood had been affected. Well, that's just very similar today in this day and age, isn't it? These groceries are so high. A lot of people are not doing well, y'all. We've got to pray for these people because I've had friends of friends that have little kids, and it breaks my heart because they don't have the money to feed their family. Now, Mother and I do fine, you know, but we don't have a house full of kids or 2 kids or, you know, and I make do with what we've got, whether it be macaroni and tomatoes or hamburger or some kind of hamburger meat or something like that. We can always whip up something, but a lot of these young cooks, they don't know how to whip up stuff like we learned to do. You know, you used what you had, and you lived so many 20 miles from the store, you sure didn't run up to the grocery store. And it's heartbreaking. I wish they would get all this mess over so these people can feed their families. So let me go on. When a friend of her twin sons visited their home, Mabel noticed the biscuits in the boys' lunch were flat and unappetizing. So she set out to find a way to create a pre-made mix which would assist the boys' single father in the kitchen. In the 1930s, Mabel Homegrown Project became the first prepared baking mix sold to the public. The convenient, simple-to-use mix only required the addition of milk to produce perfect biscuits every time. You know, Jiffy, I've used their cornbread mixes, grew up on them, but I have never used their biscuit mix. You know, I went through that thing that poor Mabel went through trying to find the perfect biscuit, and I finally found it. It's the Angel biscuit, of course. And it's on there, but you have to use yeast in it. This was so convenient for the kids and their father. So that's why she took off, because she was one of the first people to do it. Is by keeping Jiffy Mix affordable, the Holmes family was able to help many people recovering from the effects of the Great Depression. Well, yeah, if you've got a biscuit, you can survive with a glass of milk and a biscuit with butter. And of course, we all had jellies and jams that the grandmother put up. I put it up, you know. I don't do it like I used to because the kitchen is so small, but tips and techniques. Let's look at that. Quick, bring eggs to room temperature. Place them in a small bowl of warm water for 5 minutes. That's true. I've done that. When making fruit pies, let them rise for at least an hour after baking so the juices have time to thicken. Yep, that's true. milk substitutes with Jiffy Mix. It says, and I guess they've tried this, you can use the water or the plant-based milk, so that's good. Uh, the egg substitute. My sister gave me a package of that. Her granddaughter can't have any kind of eggs, so she made a cake, and she's a good cook too. She made a cake one day, and it was for the little girl's birthday, and she knew she couldn't have the eggs, so she just found the Red Mill egg replacer, and so she put that in that cake, and that was the best darn cake I think I've ever put my mouth on. So now she got me a package of that Red Mill egg replacer, and I use it in my chocolate cake. I use it in any of my cakes. It just seems to make the batter unlike anything that I even have ever used. It just makes it soft and moist and good. But do it just like you're supposed to put, I think, 1 tablespoon of egg replacer into 2 tablespoons of water per egg. And if you do that, yesterday, Mother, I didn't film it because everybody knows how to cook peas, or I hope they do. So I put peas, soaked them overnight, and washed them, soaked them in baking soda water, and put those in the Instapot for 20 minutes, natural release. But I put a can of chopped onions and sauteed them in the pan. Then I put a can of tomatoes, chopped tomatoes, and my little bit of water, about a half cup of water, because the juice would nearly made a cup from the can. And to cut that kind of wang to it, I put 2 tablespoons of grape jelly into the Instapot with some garlic powder and salt, little salt and pepper. And the grape jelly just makes good peas. I know you probably don't believe me, or maybe you do, but try it. Two tablespoons of grape jelly in your red beans or peas or chili. That's where I first started using grape jelly, was in chili. And it does something to it. I don't know what it does to it, but it does it. And then I made a pan of cornbread, and I used the egg replacer in the cornbread yesterday, but I put, instead of 1, I put 2 amounts of the egg replacer, and then I fried it in a skillet. But it was so moist and good, like those cakes, it just fell apart. I mean, I got it fried and everything, but when you went to get you a bite with your beans. So then today we had beans again, and I made a Jiffy cornbread and didn't use the egg replacer. I just used 1 egg and 3/4 cup of milk. So it was good. It was real good. I'm just looking through this to see if there's anything I want to learn. You can learn with me. I told you we get on here and I'm just on here and we talk about whatever. Y'all bring up questions. Okay, we'll talk about them if we can. I put a new prayer request on the post for the YouTube. So if you want to, you can add your name to that. And if you want to want to include your question, you can, but it's not necessary because God knows what goes on, So at least Mother and I can pray for you, and we know you pray for us. It says, for a fast and easy way to decorate a cake, place a cookie cutter on top of a frosted cake and fill it with sprinkles, then carefully remove the cookie cutter. I've never done that. I don't think I will. That's a little Uh, to keep the bottom of cookies from burning, use a light colored baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Also, be sure to let the cookie sheet cool between batches. Yeah, you got to do that because if not, that heat just continues and you'll have burnt bottom cookies. We don't want our bottoms burned, people. We want pretty bottoms. Make a better biscuit. For fluffier soft biscuits, place them close together in the pan before baking. This prevents them from spreading out while baking, which keeps the sides softer, makes them rise higher. That's true. In my skillet, I always try to, even those, is it Martha B's biscuits that I use? I think so. Because I just don't have time to make biscuits anymore. Oh, I probably could, but who wants to? You know, when there's those frozen packaged biscuits at Martha B's that I've used several kinds, even including the Pillsbury, but I didn't like the texture of the Pillsbury. Was thick and crunchy. I mean, crunchy's okay, but they were thick. Martha B's becomes, they don't get like a brick bat where you can knock them on the damn cabinet and break your tooth. I don't like biscuits like that, and that means that it's not a good biscuit to me. So those Martha B's I like. Yeah, I've done this. You can put your paper plate around your mixing beaters, cut holes, 2 holes, and put that down, and that'll keep that stuff from flying all over your kitchen. Because I've had a million times beaten stuff and it flew all over the kitchen. But I have a guard, but if you don't have a guard, use paper plate. So now we go to appetizers. It's got corn fritters, hush puppies. I love hush puppies. Y'all love hush puppies? I like hush puppies. Grandmother said, don't love something that can't love you back. She'd get on to me and get on to me. So, yeah, I like hush puppies. I like corn fritters. There's couple recipes in here for, see how nice these recipes are? I think y'all need to order you one of these cookbooks. It doesn't cost a thing. Look at these cinnamon rolls. Now those cinnamon rolls look really good. Well, we're going to try this. I love chicken pot pie, chicken biscuit. It's a thick book. See, it's quite thick. So I think this has to locate a store near you. Well, I'm not going to put that scanner up there. Jiffy Honey Corn Muffin Mix, something new. They've come up with Jiffy Honey Corn Mix. But that's what we got. One of the things we got in the mail today was our cookbook, thanks to my stepbrother telling me. And I think that y'all need to go on Jiffy. What did I tell y'all? I told you, but then I wasn't. JiffyMix.com. I think that was it. Let me look on my deal here and see if that's exactly the address that he gave me to do that, because, and I filled it out. It's been about, I'm not sure if it's been 2 weeks or maybe just a week, I would think. Or maybe, no, I don't know. I had it here, and but you look that up. Just look up Jiffy, Jiffy.com or JiffyMix.com, and there'll be probably a address there or a link that'll take you right to it. And I got a Coswell Massey thing for soaps and all that stuff. You know, they give you a discount, and I love their soaps and stuff. But that's where this is for Mother's Day, I imagine, because it's got 20% off with code MOM 2026. Mother doesn't need anything, but if she did, I have bought her this soaps. These soaps are excellent soaps for your skin. They're not cheap though, so we try not to do that anymore. Used to, I would get them for her. Here's our glass of tea. Let's have a glass of tea. I had a message from David around lunchtime. I got it, but said he had made it to London and he was on his way on. And let me look. I'm crazy, y'all. Sometimes I get crazy. He said about to land in London, then on to Switzerland. He's going to Switzerland. I don't know why I thought Ireland. Lisa in Switzerland is a beautiful. Well, it's all beautiful. The Sound of Music. That's in Austria, the Innsbruck, but the Switzerland Alps and all that, just beautiful. One natural lover. I was looking for a blueberry muffin recipe online recently. Many of them I was missing an ingredient. I finally pulled out some of my cookbooks and made a blueberry lemon loaf. Yes, I've had the blueberry lemon. I had a good recipe for that. I sure did. I still do. It's just where in all these, because I've got stacks and stacks of recipes trying to get my little cookbooks made. But yeah, lemon and blueberries go good together. And there was, I'm trying to think, there was a spice that I would put in with that. I think it was cardamom. And it just made that blueberry lemon recipe a lot more kind of dramatic. It just had a special flavor to it. So you might look that up with cardamom. I use cardamom in a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of spices that enhance. I'm still working on the perfumes. I'll show y'all. Let me get it here. I've had them here. I put them in an old the water bottles. These old water bottles. Look at the rose petals from my roses that I'm drying to go into. I went and picked just those off because you've got to deadhead those roses. If you do not, they quit producing. So that's what I had done to put in my fragrances. The rose petals. And I was looking for something else, but I looked and they sell them online. They're so expensive. I bet that jug that I have down there, and I've got to pick them again. Those have only been 2 days old, so they're drying still. But I've got to deadhead them again within probably next week. And once you do that, of course you can put oil on those and all that and make potpourri. But I don't set potpourri around because the cats would probably be wearing potpourri. So we don't do potpourri. I burn sage and stuff like that. That I've got the smudge sticks from that I bought at the native. It wasn't a powwow. It was several years ago, and I used those smudge sticks, sage, and it seems to clear out the allergies in the house and bless the house and do whatever. So, but the potpourri does not get in my I've got a lot of those potpourri bowls, or a lot of bowls that I would keep potpourri in, and I don't use them any longer because I'm pretty sure the cats would make hash out of potpourri. So we don't do that. There's not much going on. The storms have kind of went away, um, and it's getting a little warmer every day. I've got to move my big bougainvillea plants out and my big pineapple plants out because it'll be time. Now, my asparagus outside is already up to here at my neck. Uh, and of course, it'll be next year before I can harvest the asparagus from these plants. Uh, but on your asparagus, when you plant asparagus, uh, make sure and don't cut all that off or mess with it or whatever, trying to do whatever, just let it grow for the first 2 years, 3 years. It needs to get the root system down below. Uh, the main plant is below ground. You don't even see the main plant of an asparagus. So you need to let that grow underneath and get a big body on it, because then that will give you, once that starts shooting up and giving you asparagus from the top, it'll be good spears. It will be plentiful. But if you don't let that get rooted and you make the bottom part become kind of a large little colony under there on its own, it might die, or it probably will just put out tiny shoots. So let it get big, and I was coming on at 9 or 9:30, but tonight I couldn't because I guess I could have, but I wanted to spend time with Mother and let's watch a movie. I make it. I go. We watch movies, and I haven't found one this evening. She doesn't like movies like Nuremberg. I watched it last night after she went to bed because I like history, and she will to a certain extent, but not for that. So I find her and I a movie that's cute and she'll like, and can't wait for until The Devil Wears Prada gets out, because that was one of our favorites the first go around, and I think it will be a great add-on. She doesn't. A lot of times she doesn't understand the movies. I mean, I guess probably a lot of people don't understand the movies nowadays, but just like Palm Royale, I enjoy it, but it mixes her up. They're too fast. They jump from one, and even with Matlock, we will watch that at 9 tonight. So that's one thing, is I want to get off by 9, is to watch Matlock. But it still kind of mixes her up a little bit. So, but she follows. And if she can't follow, I'll say, well, this happened or that happened. And then we go on from there. Might make us a peanut butter and jelly sandwich tonight, or some little something. I went to the store and I didn't buy much. I have to get milk all the time, and I don't like overbuying a bunch of milk because I don't want it to sit in the refrigerator and not be fresh. But I hope y'all are doing well. God bless you. God bless us, and God bless the United States, because we do need it. I'll be on just as soon as I can. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.